Chaos exploded on GB News as the small boat migrant crisis reached boiling point. With 400 channel crossings in single day and only 2 deported, panelists clashed over the catastrophic one in, one out policy failure. Tempers flared as one demanded total immigration freeze, while others warned of economic devastation. Then came the hammer blow about Britain's crumbling infrastructure and shrinking GDP per capita that left everyone stunned. Watch the clip.
Had 9 days of bad weather in the Channel, windy conditions which just prevent these flimsy boats from crossing, and effectively the migrants have just been stacking up waiting to get across the Channel. Today's the first day of calm weather, calmed down overnight, and sure as night follows day, we got the small boat people smugglers pushing out multiple boats from a number of beaches around Dunkirk and around Calais overnight. This morning you can see these nighttime images, early hours of this morning, when the boats, taxi boats they're called, come down from local river channels, go out into the sea, go along the coast, and then there's a stream of people wade into the water on the beaches there to meet up with these taxi boats and to get onto them and across the Channel. Now, our sources are predicting that so far, at least 400 small boat migrants are in the English Channel in the process of trying to reach the UK. It looks like most are making good progress, so they're probably likely to reach UK waters. We can confirm that 2 small boats have already reached UK waters within the last 10 minutes and will be brought to Dover. And I think
we're trying to get our numbers down from this scheme. Can you explain it to me?
So this scheme isn't about getting numbers down because it's one in, one out.
Right.
Well, so it's supposed to be a deterrent.
It's a deterrent, yes. In the long term,
it's not one in, one out either. That's the problem. It's 400 in and 2 out.
Well, it's worse than that, actually, because the one that comes in, we've got somebody in the country who apparently doesn't have a right to be here, so we give them to France, when actually what we should be doing is sending them back to where they came from. Then we take someone from France who actually apparently does have a right to be here, so we give them settled status, and they then bring their 8 family members. It's not one in, one out.
God, it's doom and gloom and Sturm and Drang. Why are we all being so downbeat? You wanted this to be solved. And we've got the first person leaving.
Okay, listen.
That, for you, is something to celebrate.
Listen,
no,
we have some breaking news here. A British couple who were detained in Afghanistan back in February have been released by the Taliban, according to officials. As Barbie Reynolds, 76, and her husband Peter, 18, were freed following mediation led by Qatar.
Well, the couple have lived in Afghanistan for more than 18 years, running an organisation that focuses on education. And we will have more on this coming up on GB News. Wow. That's extraordinarily good news.
That is extraordinarily good and very surprising news, I think. I think once you get taken into custody by the Taliban, your chances of coming out are very low. So I think that's brilliant news. And it's news I didn't expect. I didn't expect that couple to be released. But actually, Sebastian, how condescending of you on the left to say to me you should be celebrating. I'm not celebrating. I don't want anyone coming in.
Sorry, you don't want anyone coming into Britain?
Not right now.
Nobody?
5-year moratorium. Let's sort out our own infrastructure.
Do you have any idea what would happen to this country if we froze immigration tomorrow?
Yes, people would be pleased.
No. Do you have any idea what would happen to the economy?
Yes, people would be pleased.
No. Can you explain to me what would happen to the economy?
To the economy?
Yes.
They're not adding to our economy.
Sorry.
Our GDP per capita is shrinking, not growing with the people we're having in.
And Sebastian, only... I mean, obviously, we've got a problem with illegal immigration.
Yes.
But when it comes to legal immigration, fewer than a quarter of visas granted are worker visas. So you could easily cut out 75% of immigration with absolutely no economic consequences. And we have millions of people who are not working who could work. So if you froze immigration tomorrow, I think we'd manage.
I think freezing would be really, really extreme. Of course it should come down, and it is coming down. It's come down drastically.
It doesn't come down drastically.
Of course it's come down drastically. It was over 900,000. It was over 900,000.
Sebastian.
I'm not saying who's can take the credit for it. I'm just saying it has come down.
Sebastian,
and it is factually wrong to disagree with that.
The problem is, I think if you polled the British public right now, they would want net emigration from the country.
Yes.
They would want people to leave. And when you say what would happen, yes, of course, the economy would take a hit. We have to be honest with it. Immigration is now the top-rated poll on YouGov. It's not because it's just about illegal immigration, which does contribute to it, but it's they can also physically see their local places changing. They can see that they can't get a doctor for 2 weeks. They can see that their kids are now in classrooms of 30 children. These are all the things they can see happening around them. And I think that's when we talk about this. And I think this is where Robert Jenrick's moving the Overton window to. He's moving ahead of it because I reckon there will be demands for this because we can't build the houses that we've been promised. Angela Rayner failed in her first year to get barely any off of the ground. And these millions of homes that are being promised aren't going to happen. And this is putting immense pressure on people who are really trying to work hard.
Let's bring in Renee just for a final word. Sebastian's point is that the one in, one out deal, the fact that even 2 people have been deported is a sign of progress. It shows that it is at least possible.
Well, it does show it's possible, but it still also shows that we're spending a fortune of money to take 2 people out of the country, one of whom was an Indian national. We trade with India on a daily basis. Starmer is going to India to see Modi in a few weeks' time. Why don't someone pick up the phone and say, you know what, if you want your visas, you need to take this guy back. Instead, we give him to France in return for other people, and then we're going to keep those people. This is not a deterrent. We should be just closing the borders. As Trump said yesterday, this is destroying this country.
Why are you such a pessimist?
Why are you
such a pessimist?
Why are you so condescending?
The system is working. The system is working, and you're trying to talk it down. When will you ever be satisfied?
How many people are in the channel today,
When will you ever be satisfied?
How many people are in the channel today?
I don't know why you're asking me that.
500. So it's not working. It's not working.
2 people have been sent.
It's not working.
It's the start of a system.
It's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? People have literally left the country.
We could go on like
this
factually
wrong to
all
say
day.
that.
I think people will be satisfied when the boats are stopped. That is what successive governments have promised and not yet delivered.
Yeah, and they also did promise tens of thousands of legal migrants, which is what people voted for 14 years. And I think there is a sense this is why the British public are fed up with it. It's why Labour are now on 16 points in one poll today, and the Tories are down there because they haven't been listened to, and the public need to be listened to.